Welcome back. It is Eric Arnold here in the secondary studio, and it is Thursday? Wednesday the 2nd of June. And we got, a number of games here for you this Wednesday in the MLB. Last night, not a good night. Fred, the Mets, my God, the Mets. You know, I'm thinking back to a game that put me pretty deep in the hole, and it involved, of course, the Mets. And once again, we should have had a good night. We should have had a really good night, and the Mets screwed us. What else is new? Really, last night, it's lucky we didn't go 0 for 3 because we had the whole list of the jury of the damned. We had the Angels, we had the Reds, and then we have the Mets. My God, I mean, 3 worst teams you will never find. And I guess I just decided, well, for one thing, the Reds are playing the Phillies, so, that's kind of a trade-off there. The Angels somehow got it done for us. And then, the Mets had, what did they blow? 3 different leads? They had a 4-0 lead into the 6th inning and ultimately blew it. I mean, a 4-0 lead turned into a 4-3 lead, which they took into the 9th inning. And, of course, that Diaz, who just sucks. He's just terrible. I mean, how you can throw that hard and be that bad mystifies me. But he failed. And now it's tied. And then the Mets score. So now we still got a chance. We still got a chance going into the bottom of the 10th. And then, the bullpen is bad. That's what we got to look for. Some of these teams, it's a little better, that have bad bullpens. Sometimes it just doesn't jump right out and scream at you. I got a bad bullpen. Well, the Mets bullpen's always been bad. I noted that when this Aaron Loop, I think he was on the Phillies last year on the worst bullpen in the history of bullpens, and now the Mets are using him as a key setup piece. So, they're not good. Trevor May out there taking the loss. He's a cast-off nobody. Pitched at Reading like 10 years ago. Thought the Phillies thought he might be a, 5th starter. He's been a journeyman, not very good pitcher his entire career in the bullpens from here to Minnesota and back. So he takes the L. We get the loss. Son of a bitch. It should have been a good night, and it wasn't. So, So let's get to today. Well, I mean, my only other thought about what's going on, I guess LeBron has one loss from being out of the playoffs. That would be a surprise, wouldn't it? I don't know. I'm going to refrain from offering any kind of pick because I have no idea. I hope he loses. I hope the Suns advance. Enough LeBron. I think the Suns just want to play basketball and don't want to make a political statement. LeBron wants to do both. Wouldn't that be funny? If he couldn't do both, if he's not good enough to split his focus at this point in his career. So, go Suns. But let's get to today, Wednesday. We're so busy right now. I mean, we're trying to get back. When you go away on vacation, it's like, how does things that worked just a week ago suddenly fail? I have like 3 major things right now that have failed the past week, and I'm trying to fix them all and get all this other stuff done at the same time. I don't, do I need to be constantly monitoring certain items and watching it 24/7 to make sure it doesn't fail? Because I go away for a week and something that should just run on its own fails. I don't understand. I don't understand. At any rate, well, early games, I mean, we're going to go with the Phillies. I mean, it seems like a complete Oh, it was the Reds just yesterday. Now it's the Phillies. I guess we're only putting one star on this. We really don't trust either team here. I made notes. I did make some notes. Where are they? It's basically just a momentum play. It's the Phillies scored 17 runs last night. Now it would be the most Philly thing ever if they get shut out today. That would be them. But we're kind of hoping that, maybe some of their guys are in just that much of a groove and they're going to hit the ball hard again today. Harper should be eligible to play today. Now, everything is saying he won't play. Now that's coming from Girardi, who's already acknowledged he's a liar. How do you say that? No, he said it. I mean, when he put Harper on the DL, he came right out and said, no, it's not injury related. Then, of course, he puts him on the DL 4 days later and comes out and admits, oh, yeah, it was injury related. I lied to you. He's not embarrassed about it. He said, I'm doing it to get a competitive advantage. I'm not going to tell the other team, will Bryce play? Will Bryce not play? Play, not play. He's keeping it. He's allowed to do that. He's allowed to lie to us. So, yeah, I think it's perfectly possible that Harper plays today. By the time this video is up, you'll know. I mean, the starting lineups will be out by then. They're probably out as I'm speaking now. I saw him in the dugout last night. Dude looked fine. In fact, I was a little discouraged. He looked like he was in good spirits. They were yucking it up. He was interacting with his teammates. All things I, as a Reds bettor at the moment, thought, this is all bad. I don't like this. So, I'm kind of thinking that Harper's there. He's in uniform. He's coming off the DL today. Very well could, even if he doesn't start, the dude could get a pinch hit at bat and maybe do some damage. So, all these reasons, we're going to go ahead with the Phillies. Let's get to some better games. White Sox Indians. This is close to a top play. Little nervous about just, I don't know. And I'm not sure. Maybe the price is just a little too high for me. Maybe I'm afraid that Lance Lynn has been just way too good and he's going to screw us with a bad outing. But let's see. What do we have here? Another bullpen effort by the Indians, who have, where'd all those starters go? They had all these good starters, and now they're all just like dropping like flies. I guess the latest one was this guy Plesac. I had this guy's back last year when they suspended him because he, I guess, violated these idiotic COVID restrictions. So they suspend one of their best pitchers. But now he goes in and breaks his thumb in an angry fit. It's like, what is wrong with these guys? I mean, seriously. You go and get all angry and you break your thumb and now you hurt the team for a month. You're pretty much of an asshole if you do that. Just saying, Zach, please, Zach, that's an asshole move. What's done is done, but, there's no getting around. You're an asshole, so hopefully, he'll learn from that and not do that again. So another bullpen game here for the Indians. They've won the first 2 games of the series. This is win day for the White Sox. They've got Lynn going. They've got all their best pitchers available. The Indians, who's going to pitch, who's available, who's tired, who's not. Jose Ramirez, probably best offensive threat for the Indians. He's may or may not play. They took him out with dehydration last night. Dehydration. As I just mentioned to you, managers lie. It might be anything he got taken out with. He might have a little bit of a muscle pull. Francona's under no obligation to tell you the truth. Dehydration. So he may not play today, and if he does play, he might not play well. They're missing Franmil Reyes. He's their new Serrano. He's the big bat in the lineup that scares people. He's not in there. This Indian lineup at the moment is just kind of so. You know, I think the White Sox are definitely more of an offensive threat than the Indians. So you got better offense, better starting pitching, bullpen. Well, the whole game's going to be a bullpen game for the Indians. The White Sox have got their best guns ready to roll in their bullpen. I just think this is a really strong chance that the White Sox are going to get this game today to salvage this a one game out. You know, they don't want to be swept. You know, they're too good. The team's too good to get swept by the likes of the Indians. So all these reasons, we like Lance Lynn, 2 stars today with the White Sox. All right, Cubs, Padres. You got the big 3 going. Like I said, that's to me the key to the Cubs. Rizzo, Bryant, Baez. Are they playing? All 3 in there? Good. You're good. You know, then you got to look at the Cubs. Alzolay, he's been really good for the Cubs. I've got him. He's one of my only decent pitchers on my fantasy team. Every time he goes out there, he pitches pretty well. I mean, I think he threw 6 innings of shutout baseball his last time out against the Reds. So Lamet, he'll be short. They're terrified about that guy's arm. They're afraid he's going to get hurt again. So he'll be short. Then you're into the pen. The Padres have a good bullpen, but they've been using it pretty hard lately. No Tatis. He has some kind of oblique injury that for some reason they're just saying, well, we're going to be day-to-day. There is no such thing as a day-to-day oblique injury. He's not going to play for a week, maybe more. So, and the number here is -109. That's just wrong. The number's wrong. We're getting a huge advantage here with the number. So, all these reasons, 2 stars on the Cubs. D-backs, Mets. This is just I'm pissed off at the Mets bet. And I don't know. I put 2 stars on it. Baumgartner's been good. Baumgartner's been bad. What do we get today? Who the hell knows? This just feels like a game that, like last night was some kind of weather vane game for the Mets. Weather vane for you people in the city. That's something that we sit on top of our barns, and it helps us tell, you know, it's a little chicken or something, and it moves back and forth depending on which way the wind's blowing. Well, we think the winds have suddenly shifted, and they're now blowing against the Mets because that was a killer of a loss last night. They should have got that game. Now, you know, here they're lining up to go play 4 in San Diego. You know, I have a feeling they're going to lose this game today, and they'll go in there having lost this very winnable series with the Diamondbacks. And now, you know, they had a chance to separate themselves in the National League East, get away a little bit. I think no one's getting away in the National League East this year. It's just going to be a collective race of not very good teams, which will all be within a few games of each other into September, and then probably somebody will separate. But we're going to bet against the Mets after what happened last night. Just kind of think the Diamondbacks, they're getting some people back. Ketel Marte, he's out there. He's one of their best players. So they're getting a couple dudes back. We'll take the Diamondbacks. That's a real short price, too. So 2 stars there. Top play. Our top plays have been very good this year. And we stretched a little bit with this one, but I think it's going to be all right. The Blue Jays, they have been very, very good to us. They're playing good baseball. Even when they were losing to the Tampa Rays, they were still playing pretty well. They were all close games. Tampa's just a really good team. So now, you know, they beat the Yankees. You know, they played them, you know, to a standstill in the series there after the Rays. Now you got the crummy Marlins, and they're playing in Buffalo. And that's a big deal to the Blue Jays because they've been just basically playing on the road the whole season. They had to play at their spring training site, and I don't know why or who decided that, why they weren't in Buffalo the whole time. But in their spring training site, nobody's rooting for them. What the Toronto fans that live in Dunedin? Yeah, there might be 6 of them. I don't know. They really haven't had any kind of home field advantage at all anywhere other than that they get the bat last. So last night they played at Buffalo. They had a good crowd up there. 5,300 people. The article said that they're all rooting for Toronto. Buffalo actually does root for Toronto, believe it or not. They root for them in baseball. Even in hockey, you got your Leaf fans somewhat that are tired of rooting for the crummy Sabres that root for the Maple Leafs sometimes. So they're going to have a good fan turnout tonight. One of the key things about the Marlins, the guy that makes that team go isn't in there. That's that Rojas. Rojas is the shortstop. He's a real hardcore dude. He's like, I think 31. You never heard of him. He plays pretty good baseball. He hits like, 290, 300. And he's the leader of that Marlin team, and he's hurt. So that has got to hurt the Marlins. So definitely there. This Manoah, he was great. He's a rookie. He was great his first time out against the Yankees. I think he threw 6 innings of shutout ball. All these things add up here in a momentum play for the Blue Jays. They are just, they're playing well. They're better than the Marlins. You got Guerrero, Bichette. These are stars. Guerrero's he's an MVP candidate. The guy's on pace to hit 40, 50 home runs. All these things just add up to a really good chance that the Blue Jays win this game, maybe win it easily. So definitely we like the Blue Jays. The number we see at the moment is 144. That's our top play. And what else we got? A handful of other games here yet. Whoops. All right. Red Sox Astros. We'll take the Astros. Framber Valdez coming back. He's a solid citizen. He's a solid pitcher. We're not totally drinking the Nick Pivetta Kool-Aid. I get it that the Phillies wouldn't know talent if it stood right in front of them. So they got rid of Nick Pivetta for a handful of magic beans. Nick Pivetta's pitching great now. Is he, or are they just scoring a bunch of runs? Well, either way, I guess it doesn't really matter. But we're going to take Valdez to have a good outing. Valdez over Pivetta. Red Sox, maybe not quite as good as the Astros offensively. We'll take the Astros, 1 star there. Rockies, we like the Rockies at home. That's a team that has always had a pretty pronounced difference between the home team and the away team. You want to play them at home. You never want to play them on the road if you can help it. That we like them there at home. The Rangers just not very good. I think this is a good spot for the Rockies. Another cheap price, minus 106. And lastly, another 2-star game here, late night. We like the Athletics to win the series with the Mariners tonight. Minus 152, little pricey, but the A's are just significantly better than the Mariners. And I think the Mariners had their chances to win this series last night. They got up 4-2, having won the first game in walk-off fashion. So they get the close win in the first game. Now they're up 4-2 going into the 7th, and they blew it. You know, their bullpen, the A's have gotten to their bullpen in both games of this series. I think, again, flexing for the Mariners will be short. The A's will be once again into that lousy bullpen at some point in this game. And I think that's where the A's, if they have to, will put it away with probably a couple home runs late to blow this game open. Or, you know, come back from a 3-run deficit and win. Whatever. I'd take the blowout. I like that better. It's just more relaxing. So we want the A's there at the 152 price. That's what we have. So your top play of the Blue Jays, fill in with the Athletics, the D-backs, Cubs, White Sox, and then the rest. Good. There you have it. So let's get this up for people to view, get ourselves back into a rhythm, back into a making video type groove. We appreciate all our subscribers, anyone viewing the videos, thanks for being here, and we'll probably talk to you again tomorrow, I imagine. Thanks. Eric Arnold signing off.